I I hate goodbyes. I hate endings, conclusions, however you say it. I I don't like when something that I care about has to come to an end. And that's a bit silly. I know. I mean, endings can be good and everything like that, and new beginnings, all the other good shit, and there's still more things to love, and that's just a way of life. I just hate the finality of it all. Um and yesterday I was going to make this video, but I decided to hold out in case some more news dropped, and well, it did. But I yesterday I well, not I directly received the news, but the news dropped that Destiny 2, a game that I, though have not been an active player in for a while, I do hold very near and dear to my heart because it has brought me some of the greatest friendships I've ever had, and some of my favorite moments in all of my 24 years of life playing video games. I mean, I guess 22 years playing video games, 24 years of life, but they've been made on Destiny 2. And it really pains me to see an announcement like this. I'm sure if you're at the point where you're seeing this video, most people who watch my content probably don't really give too much of a shit about Destiny, but well, I do, and that's why I have this second channel, so it doesn't really mess with too many things. Not like I'm really uploading like I should be, but yeah, it's neither here nor there. It sucks. It sucks. So yesterday, Destiny dropped this tweet, and there's a whole Bungie article, which is super cool to read at least, but yeah, that was just, you probably already know it, but I'll try to get through it and talk about it a little bit. There's not going to be any script or anything for it, so I'm very sorry if I sound very rambly or I don't finish my thoughts. I'm just trying to keep myself organized because I really love the things that I care a lot about, and to see them go is devastating to me. I was in a similar situation with another game that I really like, but it ended up having a resurgence recently. It was actually Overwatch. I really, really love playing Overwatch, but that's also a game that coincidentally with a similar group of people, so a lot of them being overlapping in the same as the Destiny group that I play with. They play Overwatch, and a lot of them moved on now, but the point being that I seem to really like getting attached to games where the studios just stop giving a shit about what needs to be done in order to make sure that the game succeeds and start doing other things. So like, I understand, like, I would have said that they're chasing money and chasing profit and all the other shit, but they're not, because it's fucking ending. It sucks. I've already cried about it, so I should be fine for this. I'm not planning on doing very much editing, if any, at all here. As far as I'm going is putting my Chrome in the background for this so that there's at least something to look at. But for almost 12 years, we've had the honor, fuck, okay, well, apparently I can't read, and I'm not through with it, but for almost 12 years, we've had the joy and honor to explore the Destiny universe with you all. Through all the ups and downs, surprises and triumphs, building Destiny alongside our players has been a monumental privilege. While our love for Destiny 2 has not changed, it has become clear that after the final shape, we have reached the time for our shared worlds and Destiny to live beyond Destiny 2. As our focus turns towards a new beginning for Bungie, we will begin work incubating our next games. To that end, on June 9th, 2026, we will release the final live service content update for Destiny 2 to begin that new journey as a studio. Though active development may be concluding, we will ensure that Destiny 2 remains playable just as the original Destiny is today. Many changes in this final update will aim to ensure that Destiny 2 is a welcoming place for players to return to. We're proud of Destiny 2, the places it took us, and the legacy it has created. Because of you all, our universe is vast, built on years of shared stories, adventures, and victories. From the Cosmodrome to the Pale Heart, to the Lawless Frontier, we have forged lifelong memories and friendships with you all. We are incredibly grateful to everyone who has made that journey with us. From the deepest part of our hearts, thank you, and we will see you in the stars. I hate very few things, and one of them is being lied to. When I read and heard this yesterday, I was actively doing some chores in my house, and I stopped doing what I was doing. I was in shock almost when I heard it. It was actually a Moist Critical video that Donald played. Funny enough, it actually kind of softened the blow. I immediately hit denial. I didn't believe it. I was checking when the video was made, and it was just made minutes before it auto played. And then I went to Twitter and I saw this, and I coped and everything, and I've been doing that, and it just sucks because yesterday I was like, well, maybe I even had a conversation with a friend. I was like, maybe this is them putting Destiny 2 on maintenance mode while they full bore focus into Destiny 3 and something that's coming beyond the Destiny universe. But I was intentionally pulling the wool over my eyes and neglecting the new beginning part, and they're mentioning the active development ending, and they're ensuring that it's going to be playable as the original Destiny is, and how proud they are about Destiny 2 for taking us where it was. It's reaching the time for the shared worlds and Destiny to live beyond Destiny 2. Destiny being capitalized there. It's the franchise. I get it wanting to live beyond Destiny 2, and I know that there's Destiny Rising, the mobile game, and all that other stuff. I know that still exists. But that's it. That's it. There is no future for the game that I care about, the franchise that I've grown to love. That's it. It's not, there isn't a happy medium here. There isn't a, hey, we're working on something. There isn't a future. It's the thing that I hate. It's the finality. It's the end. I hate the end. I hate the end. I hate it. I swear this is relevant. There are shows that I have not watched the final episode of. Now, anime's a little bit different, but like cartoons and stuff that I grew up watching and having to wait on the weekly releases, like Steven Universe and regular show and Adventure Time. I've specifically Steven Universe because I've seen the most of that. I have seen all but the final episode of Steven Universe to this very day, and I know that it's been over for a long time, but I like to delude myself a little bit, and I kind of think that if I don't see the ending, I don't see the credits roll, I don't see the final bow, that it's not over, and it will never be over. And I understand that it's not the worst thing in the world. It's Destiny 2. It's been on the decline since fuck before the final shape, and even during it and after it. And I mean, hell, my playgroup stopped playing after the final shape. It's happened. I haven't genuinely played the game in months. I have played the game in the last couple of months, but genuinely, I have not been playing the game like that. Some would say that it shouldn't hurt that much, but I care about it. I've spent thousands of hours of my life in Destiny, in that world, in that universe. I was a child when that game came out. It's been 12 years. I was 12. I was 12 years old. I was playing Garden Warfare, but it's been 12 years. It sucks, and it hurts. And this just, I know it's a natural part of everything. Everything cannot continue to play. Not everything is going to be WoW. Not everything is going to be, RuneScape. Not everything is going to be, what is that other one? EverQuest, right? Where it's just still going. I mean, granted, even those will eventually end. But, I mean, a lot of the games that I loved growing up with, because I've always liked live service games, I guess, which, I'm setting myself up for failure by doing that. I didn't really play a lot of single player experiences, because multiplayer has just always been more appealing to me. But, I mean, Little Big Planet, that's been gone for a long time through a lot of factors, but Little Big Planet, it was done when LBP3 came out, to be honest. There's, games like Fat Princess. If anybody even fucking knows what that is, that game was pretty funny. Shouldn't have been playing it. I was like 10 playing that game. But that game is gone. This game, Destiny 2, Dauntless. It's a Monster Hunter type of game. For those of you who don't know what Dauntless is, I'm pretty sure it doesn't exist anymore, and I spent a lot of time playing that game too. A lot more time than I spent playing Monster Hunter. And when you see the creators start to migrate to something else, like Odo, he's now doing Actually, he's not doing Helldivers anymore because Helldivers is trying to kill itself, so I just don't really fucking know what to do. It sucks. It fucking sucks. I just feel really burned, and I hate when it happens, because I loved playing Dauntless with my friends, and I loved playing Little Big Planet, and I loved Overwatch, and my god, Overwatch almost fucking crashed and burned in the worst way possible. I mean, the whole like Blizzard boycott, it was so bad that I made like 2-hour-long videos that like nobody fucking watched about it, but like it doesn't matter. That game floundered. They left Overwatch 1 on life support to go develop Overwatch 2 for a year and a half, pretty much, and gave us fuck all for anything, and then gave us a sad excuse for a game. And then, Jeff did what he thought was right at the time, but he left a bunch of pieces of bullshit, which he was forced to do. He was forced to do what he had to do. I know why he did what he did. It just doesn't make it feel any better to the consumer. And when they make the game for the people, it did really well, and it was really nice seeing what I thought was Overwatch coming back, with the perks and everything, when that got announced. Because before that came out, Overwatch was also having a dwindling player base problem, and it was fresh off the Steam review bomb situation, and it was bad. It was bad. In my two favorite games to play that received updates were Destiny and Overwatch. I don't know why I have such a knack for finding great games with shitty overhead, but I do. And it hurts. It hurts, and it hurts every time, and it doesn't hurt any less. It doesn't hurt any less now than it did then. Back when I was fucking 12 years old and Little Big Planet was, you know, collapsing. That sucked, but hey, at least I had something else to look forward to. You know, I had the Garden Warfare games, I had Destiny. You know, Overwatch is coming out in a couple of years. Granted, I didn't know what it was until it already came out, but I've been playing it since the year it came out. I've been playing Overwatch for 10 years. 10 years of my life. I was 14 when I started playing Overwatch. I begged my family to get me that game and I got it, and it's changed my life. If it wasn't for... If it wasn't for those games that I care about so much, I would not have met or known most of the people that I know now that have even set me on the path that I am. I wouldn't even be the content creator that I am. I would have never even really made a YouTube video if it wasn't for Overwatch and fucking Destiny. If it wasn't for Overwatch, I would have never met my friends that I played Destiny with, who were the first group of people I'd ever really met online that I got to make a genuine connection with and then eventually meet in real life. I would have never talked to the people and had the butterfly effects happen where people were in the right place to tell me that, hey, maybe you should try this. And I did try this and it worked out for me and I loved it. And seeing the things that led me to the position that I am, that led me to become the person that I am, that helped shape me and my future, seeing them die off, it like kills a little part of me. And to know that I can hope and cope on this fucking tweet as much as I want, and even reading the blog posts. And yeah, they did a lot of great changes and they're adding aspects and everything to the game and fragments and great updates that people have been asking for. They brought back Sparrow Racing. Woo, that's great. Been asking about that since Destiny 2 launched. And it took for the final update of the game for them to do this. Only to find out, by the way, I found this out about like 10 minutes before I started this recording. It's at 17 minutes and 15 seconds right now. It was only right before Bungie dropped this that anybody even learned that this was going to happen. And nobody knew this was going to happen until the information dropped. So the people who have been working on this, the people who've been recently hired in, the people who've been feeling great because they've avoided layoffs are now in an inevitable situation where they're probably not going to have jobs and be able to feed their families because once again we are in this situation. It hurts so much to see the content creators that I love to watch pivot away from the things that I watch them for, because they can see the fact that this ship is sinking and I want to put the blinders on. I want to pull the wool over my eyes and pretend that it's not happening, but I can't. I can't when it's right in my face and it's said explicitly from the source that the ship is going down. It's already sinking. It's already fucking sunk. I've been underwater and I've just been floating and pretending. That doesn't even make sense. I can't be underwater and I don't know. What really solidified the fact that I was going to make this video in particular is this here. I'm not even tabbed in to. Is a Paul Tassi article. There's another one by another reputable source of information, ex-Bungie dev, and that's it. There's no amount of copium I could take in that can have me lie to myself and pretend that what I'm reading from the source that I'm reading it from isn't the truth. My eyes have been forced open and I can't pretend anymore. There is no Destiny 3. There is not going to be anything for us. Nothing new in the Destiny universe. That's it. They were doing so good. How do you fumble a franchise like this? It has so much potential. It is one of the best sci-fi games ever. It has some of the best gunplay, some of the best feeling supers and map designs and lore that has been intertwined and being worked on for 12 whole years. Anytime they dropped anything with the Hive, I was always standing at attention, ready and watching, waiting to see what's next, because it meant so much to me. I cared so much seeing it. Even when I wasn't playing the games, I would watch the Bife videos. I would watch Dado play the game. I would watch people play this game that I love and hear from them and see what the lore is like. I'd watch the development blogs because I cared. I cared when the VA strike was happening and Zivo Arath didn't have a voice actress. I cared. Well, she had one, but she was on strike. So, like, I cared. And it meant a lot for me. It was very nice seeing that something that I care about is working so hard to keep it together even when things aren't going great. And this whole article, I'm not going to read it all. I'm not going to. It's been on screen for a while. But Jason Schneider, Schreier, sorry, not Schneider. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Jason Schreier posted as well. That was the other person. And Paul Tassi obviously can confirm because Paul Tassi's got the information if you're familiar with Destiny, but there is no D3 in production. Nothing's been greenlit, and they're moving resources over to Marathon. And I could say what I will about Marathon. I don't care about extraction shooters. I didn't really give too much of a shit about Marathon anyway. I was never going to play it, and I never am going to play it. I don't care about Marathon. It's not for me. If I want to play a game like Destiny, I play Destiny. I tried playing Warframe for a little bit, and Warframe is nice. It's nice, but like, you get to the end game in like a week's time, maybe a little bit less if you're more dedicated, or maybe a little bit more if you've got a 9-to-5 or, a life. And then what? Everybody says it becomes fashion frame. Well, I don't give a shit about fashion frame. I don't. I don't. What am I supposed to do? Farm for Warframes that I'm not going to use? I don't care. The world is nice and everything, but it's not the same. It's not Destiny. There's no Destiny 2 replacement that's not Destiny 2. Warframe is fun. Warframe is a good game. And I mean, at this point, we're not going to have much of a choice but to go play something like Warframe, right? But I'll play something like Path of Exile, but it's not Destiny. I play Destiny because I care about the universe. I care about the characters. I mean, Ikora is right there. I fucking think Ikora is great. You know what? How terrible that is? I'm not going to get more lore or voice lines or story from any of the voice actors. I'm not going to get any new lore drops. I'm not going to be able to, it won't be a new game mode for Lord Shaxx to talk about. I mean, Gambit's been in the pits since, well, about a couple of months after it released, but, I can go back and play it, yeah, but there won't be anything new. There won't be anything new. It's just going to be in stasis. Fuck, what is this supposed to mean? What, the Witness won? I don't. That only makes sense if you played the game and played the final shape. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I told you it's unscripted and it's. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts me. It hurts the rest of the community. It really hurts those developers. I mean, Sony acquired Bungie for what? $3.6 billion. How the fuck did that even happen? The old Bungie CEO was quite the fucking con man, because holy shit, how the hell did you scam Sony out of that? 3.6 billion when all you have is at the time like a 9-year-old game. That you unveiled a piece of the saga called The Final Shape. Guess what? When you name something The Final Anything, that's where a lot of people are going to end their journey. And I appreciated the roadmap and how they said there was so much more going to be going on, but it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter because it's not happening. I'm not going to get the world, the game that I've grown up with to love and care about. I'm not going to hear the lore from my favorite content creators. I'm not going to have what I liked, and yeah, things have to change, and that's fine. I don't mind things changing. I like looking at new things. I like making new things happen. I've been getting into Baldur's Gate. Instead of doing my work, I know, but I've been getting into Baldur's Gate. It's a fantastic game. But Baldur's Gate isn't Destiny. It's not Destiny. It's not Overwatch. It's none of those games. And where it may objectively be a better game, depending on who you ask, if Baldur's Gate isn't receiving any more updates, well, Baldur's Gate has been made. That was meant to be. This is it. This was meant to be Baldur's Gate, but Destiny was always supposed to be an expanded universe until they finally decided that they were okay with where the story went and they were going to let it be done. And that's not going to happen. Those people who write the lore, the people who do the art, the animations, the sound designers, everybody who works so hard on Destiny will not have a job anymore. And if they do, they'll be shuffled somewhere else. And I hope that they have the passion for it that they do for Destiny. I don't have that type of passion for things that aren't these games. I play very few games, like play them. I have a lot of games, but the games that I dedicate myself to, it's because I love them. Almost losing Overwatch was pretty bad. Pretty sure I cried a couple of times in that video. That was back before I even had this model. I was still using my what is that called? The 3D VTuber thing. It doesn't matter. I wasn't even really the Prince Cairo that we have now. I wasn't. I didn't have the equipment, I didn't have the know-how, I didn't have the connections and friends and all the other stuff in the community. I didn't have any of that. But I do now, and I figure, because I care so much about it, I'd make a video about it here. I mean, I just really airing my grievances. I hate endings. I hate them. I don't like it. I never have, and I don't think I ever will. It sucks. It completely sucks to see something that I love go. And I've mourned Destiny more than once now. I mourned it back in the time, well, I wasn't really playing Destiny that much before Forsaken, but you know, when Shadowkeep came out, I still liked it, but yeah, it wasn't the best. And you know, then we had Beyond Light, it was great, and then we had Lightfall, which I liked the stuff I got out of Light. Oh, actually, Witch Queen was great, but the stuff I got out of Lightfall was cool, I guess. But the lore was bad, and it looked like it was doing pretty mediocre, but it was still bringing people in. Then there was the final shape, because you know everybody was coming in because there was the darkness stuff, and the witness was coming, and it was great. But the final shape happened, and we beat the witness, and then they sat us on the edge of like that asteroid or whatever, wherever. I think we were sitting at the edge of the last city actually, and we were just staring at the traveler, and like that was an ending. And if Destiny planned to end right there after the defeat of the witness, and they were letting us know, hey, we're just gonna have some little bits of content coming for you all while we work on the next chapter in the Destiny universe and work on, you know, a new engine and other things to help make it so that this game can be the great game that it's supposed to be, that you expect of us, that we'll be able to push things on and be a bit more proactive rather than reactive and late on things. That is what I wanted if Destiny 2 had to go. And the reason that I like that so much is because Destiny 2 would have, well, it wouldn't have been the end, but in the event it was going to be the end, I would have rather it have gone out with a bang. And yeah, the update's nice that they're going to be producing, but Destiny 2 as a franchise has been going out with a whimper for at least the last year and a half. So ever since after the final shape, ever since delay after delay after delay after delay of content. I mean, we got Renegades, Destiny's ending with a fucking Star Wars crossover. Like, I only laugh because it keeps me from crying. I don't know. It's, yeah. I'll skim through some of it here. I was watching an Acid video about it because I couldn't bear to read this myself. You know, Bungie's an 800-person company. Not that many people are going to be working on Marathon, and that fucking sucks. Not that you need 800 people working on Marathon or anything like that, but people are out of a job. So many people just found out that they're out of a job, and this keeps happening. And it just happened with, like, what, Spirit Airlines? Not even a month ago. And it's happening again with Bungie, and you know, I'm sure Sony's going to have some more things going on. It just really sucks when this happens. It really sucks. Overwatch came back. It crawled back from the depths of fucking hell. It came back from nothing, thanks to the persistence of Aaron Keller and the rest of the development team, because they had a goal in mind. And Aaron did what he was supposed to do as a leader, as a game director. He shielded his team, he talked the good talk, and he made it all happen. And eventually, the game turned its perception around, and it's back in the mainstream. And yeah, Rivals having issues has something to do with that. But when Rivals came out, yeah, I played it for like 100 hours or so, but it wasn't Overwatch. And Rivals coming out, looking at Overwatch's player count, well, what we had available of Overwatch's player count and Rivals' maximum, it was devastating. It was an uncomfortable truth about the finality of a franchise that I dedicated so much of myself to. I mean, I have Overwatch merch. Like, I've got Reaper shotguns, the Nerf ones, in my room. Reaper's always been my favorite hero. I like to do like the little voice impressions. I love playing the game and seeing the heroes and the development blogs and reading the lore, because, you know, we weren't getting cinematics anymore. But now that's back, and Overwatch is back, and I'm glad it is, because if the publicity stunt for the 10-year anniversary did not work out the way that it did, and the perks didn't work out the way that they did after Rivals actually shot Overwatch in the spine and left it in an alley, I don't even know. I actually don't even know what I'd play. I guess I'd get a lot more videos made, because the games just, they're not the same. Overwatch, Destiny, Little Big Planet, all those games, Dauntless, they all scratch a specific itch that other games just don't. I mean, Monster Hunter was a great game. I love playing Monster Hunter. It's pretty cool, it's pretty fun, but Dauntless was simple. It was pretty easy, it was casual, could be competitive, but I liked Dauntless. Not better than Monster Hunter. I liked them in their own way, despite being in the same genre, but it just sucks. I hope that Bungie starts to thrive. I hope that Bungie gets their footing back and can really put out something that is good, because Sony's track record has been looking pretty bad for IP. And I mean, with everything that Bungie's been doing, and well, how, you know, the things with Halo Studios, which now, you know, over, there's a whole bunch going on with all that, but Bungie games are something special. And the reason that they last so long is because of the love that is poured into them from the people working every day to make the games better. So I hope that they could find their footing, and even though I have to say goodbye to something that I care about, I wish all of those who are innocent in the matter the very best. I wish for them to prosper and grow, especially in this day's economy. I mean, being a game developer and finding out that you don't have a fucking job come, what, less than a month from now, potentially? In today's world, that's horrifying. And I wish all of them the best. I wish everybody who poured their blood, sweat, and tears into the franchise that I love so dearly the very best. I wish nothing but greatness upon you, and I hope that in some way, something else that I can love just as much as this game comes forward. I hope that this can all just be looked at as a bad dream one day. That someday this would have all worked out for the better and everybody comes out better for it, but we don't live in that type of world and it sucks. And I just wish that things had gone differently. I wish that things were led differently from the top. I wish that people just stopped killing their golden goose, but I mean, I can't make them. I can't stop it, so here's to hoping that it doesn't happen to anybody else in the near future. And thank you to everyone, every content creator, every one-off tutorial, every guide video, every lore video, every breakdown, every you blink and you miss it short, every stream, every development blog post, even when they were few and far between. I'd like to thank all of those people for making my life so much more special and helping usher me from my childhood into my adulthood and helping form me into the person I was, to allow me to do the job that I do and meet the friends that I have made and the lifelong connections that I have. Thank you all for all that you have done. I appreciate it so much more than you can realize. It sucks when things have to end, but we've known for a while, so yeah. Thank you all. And to those who made the decisions that really made all of this go downhill in the first place, and well, everybody knows who they are all the way up there. Fuck you. Genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, fuck you. I wish nothing but the worst for you. You suck. But you don't care. You don't care about what I think, and you sure as fuck don't care about the rest of the lives of all these people that you just jeopardized because you wanted to make your quick bag, even though you had quite the golden nest egg you were sitting on if you just fucking left it alone and let the people who cared about the game work. That's all you had to do, was let the people who cared work. All you had to do was nothing. It would have been great if you were there from the front lines leading and helping, but honestly, I'd rather an absentee CEO who doesn't really do too much hands-on and nobody fucking sees them and just collects their check off of the hard work of everybody else so they can produce something good that the community and the people who work on it really hard every day just enjoy, rather than somebody who fucks it all up to make a quick buck and then fuck off. I wish the worst for you. Well, I don't even know what the point of this video was, but if you're here, then thanks for listening. I hope I wasn't too much of a bitch crying and everything, but yeah. First video on the new channel. I assure you all of my videos won't be like this, but I do appreciate you watching. If you're still here, I doubt anybody will be, but if you're here, thank you. I might put, I don't know, I'll put something in the background at least, and then just fucking, I don't even want to do that. I don't even want to do that. I just want to put it out there just to get my thoughts out there. You guys don't deserve a lower quality thing because I'm not feeling it, so I'll at least put a background track in there, maybe some lo-fi or something. Anyway, thank you all so much, and to all of the fellow fans of the Destiny franchise who may also be feeling lost and hurt after these announcements. You're not alone. Find your like-minded people, find the people who are feeling the same way as you, and help uplift each other, because right now the community needs to support each other now more than they ever have. And yeah, I guess I've always wanted to do this, and there won't be another reason to, so that's all for me for now. Perodosia Arastra. I'll see you, Starside.